It's a new year, 2022, and I'm glad that we're all still here and getting to do this. Well, I hope we're all still here. I think we're all still here. So, I'm going to make a really quick post and let some folks collect into the chat room here, the chat, whatever. It's not a chat room, but the chat on the video. And while I'm doing that, that'll give everybody a minute to get in here. Wait a second. All right, I lost my place. Went to my channel. There it is. All right. Copy link. And go back. Which. Holy crap. Horny Animal came in right off the rip with a $20 super chat. Horny Animal, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Happy New Year. And I hope you had a good one. I hope you didn't party too hard last night. Most people I know didn't do anything last night. I actually went through, texted most of the people that I text with. I wouldn't say everybody, but most. Asked them what they were doing, and I would say 90, actually everybody. Everybody was like, I ain't doing nothing, just kind of hanging out at the house and doing nothing. So I figured at least somebody be doing something, but no. It's one of those years, I guess. The good old, you know, the thing, keeping everybody inside. I can't say it out loud, or the algorithm will actually flag me. I know it sounds silly, but it's true. So, anyways, it is what it is when it comes to that. All right, I'm not gonna be able to make the post the way I thought I was going to, but I'll do it. I'll do it this way. I don't think I have an image to use. I do not. Awesome. Well, I can take a photo right now to use, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Camera. Picture. Done. And done. Now, make the post real quick, and then I'll... Oh, nope, didn't show up yet. I'm going to try. There it is. Next. We'll do the live now. But yeah, Horny Animal, man, you really have to do that. I really appreciate you being willing to spend your hard-earned money here on a live stream, man. You really don't have to do that. I appreciate you guys. I can't express. Like, I don't know how I could put into words or actions to... It's hard. It's hard to accept things like that because I feel like I can't give enough back, if that makes any sense. And there was another super chat that I just missed from Alex W. Happy New Year. Greetings from Germany. Wow. You know, Germany is one of those places on my list that I just really want to go because mainly because my grandpa and his war experience during World War II. But thank you so much for the super chat and greetings from West Virginia in the United States. So my state has been in the United States news pretty frequently here over the past, I would say, especially over the past month with Governor Joe Manchin doing what he done. And I'm just not going to comment on any of that because people have different views on that, and that's not what this is about. So I have a huge box right here that Dan, or Cyanide Cookies, in Australia sent over. He's actually, to not get too specific, he lives in Tasmania, so that's a big place over there. But I was looking at some pictures, which I think he sent me some pictures too of the area, and Tasmania is a really beautiful place. Minnie's out there. Will you get her? Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I got a little bit sidetracked right there. I agree with Animal. So what? Wait, what? Where did I miss something? It's hard to read the chat. It does go by somewhat quickly, and then if I look over for a minute, I miss something. I miss a lot, actually. I can't. I could look. I couldn't imagine like LA Beast his live streams, and he even puts it on slow mode, I'm pretty sure, a lot of times. I don't know how those guys, they don't keep up. I mean, you can't. But he'll have 15,000 people on a live stream all chatting. So he sees maybe one in every, I don't know, probably one in every 1,000 messages or something like that. It's crazy. But thanks, Dan, for sending that super chat, man. You already did way too much by sending this box anyway. So, obviously, I already talked to Dan about that. And it's hard to accept things like this whenever I just, honestly, me personally, I don't feel like I give enough back to justify or I don't know. I don't feel deserving of things like this. But I do very much appreciate every single one of you folks that that hang out with me and come in here and talk to me, spend your time with me. And it's been a lot of years that I've been doing this now. And I honestly, when I first started out, I was like, nah, this is something that'll pass the time. It's something that'll probably not last very long because, first of all, I'll run out of material rather quickly. Nobody's going to want to see the same thing twice. Which I think I've only done the same thing twice, like maybe 3 times, and those were like different MREs that, and there were different reasons why I did them. But yeah, it's something it's become part of who I am and what I enjoy to do, and luckily I've gotten to do these live streams. And 2021 was a big year from. I mean, there was a lot happened for me in 2021, and 2022 you guys are going to see that I'm going to be going through a whole lot of changes, not only personally but also just in everything. Everything's going to be changing. So I missed super chats. History Savior 1941. By the way, guys, we got to get him to 1,000 subscribers. We got to get him up there. Tell your friends, tell your family. If you have more than one account, go subscribe with both accounts. Let's get him up there. He says, Happy New Year. Much love to everyone as always. You got an Aussie ration, lucky. Laugh out loud, much love. Actually, I don't know what's in here. I could show you the list that was on the custom sheet right here. And I got weirdly optimistic. Like, I got a weird thing. Anyways, it said there's a pair of shoes in there. It said on the list, so I'm not giving anything away. But I was like, shoes, Australian shoes. So, anyway, but thank you, History Savior, for that, man. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to mention before I go any further too. Dub C is actually out in a blizzard right now, so that'll be a video that Dub C will have up. I'm sure he's filming it. He has to be. Trying out a new tent. Was it a tent enclosure? Survival shelter? I can't remember what he called it, but you'll just have to wait and see on his channel. I think he called it a solar. No, called it a greenhouse. Something or other, something greenhouse. But it'll be cool to see because I haven't seen a blizzard in many years, especially here. And All Right Eeyore was just telling me that it was like 30 some below. I didn't say 14 below. I don't know. He said it was 40 some below yesterday. Bourbon Street Joe Nola says, Hey, Smokey, you got a package coming from me too, brother. Hope it arrives soon and intact. Well, thank you so much, man. You guys are too generous. And I know, coming from where you're coming from, the shipping is none of the shipping's cheap on this. Look, like, I'm not trying to be, I don't know what the word would be, but like, Dan spent $83.70 Australian money, whatever their money's called, Australian dollars, on shipping this package to the United States to me. I mean, that's extremely expensive, and I know Bourbon Street Joe Nola spent a lot of money on shipping. You guys are you're going extremely over the top, and I appreciate everything you guys do. Hopefully I can turn this into something that you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for that super chat again. Robert says, feel free to come up anytime and enjoy the snow. You want some? Well, whenever I was growing up around here, which I grew up, the last time we had a blizzard here, I lived in Gallipolis, Ohio. and we had snow drifts that were like 6 and 7 feet tall. The snow was over 3 feet deep, and it stuck around. The snow stuck around for weeks afterwards, like 2 or 3 weeks before it melted off. And I had such a good time playing in that for like the first 2 weeks. I think it was like 95. So I would have been like 12, 13 years old. And man, I miss that stuff. Of course, I'm not going to get to go play in the snow like I did back then at my age now with the metal in my leg. Cold doesn't treat me very well. Curious Pete says about $60 in freedom money. So the exchange rate there. Bourbon Street Joe, you can send all you want down my way, Renee says. I'm going to, what am I going to do? Hang on. So this is Old Peculiar, by the way. And I have a ration sitting here. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is just kind of up in the air. But of course, I've had this thing sitting on standby for a couple weeks now. But as you can see right here, it's a ration. It's a cold climate. Where does it say that at? Up there it is. 24-hour cold climate ration pack from the good old UK over in Britain. And that's where this is from, the Old Peculiar. This was imported from Britain. I do believe this is the one. Yeah, imported from England right there. 12-foot ouncer. By Scottish and Newcastle Importers Company. San Francisco, California is where it came in at. The brewery started in 1827. It's actually pretty interesting. I was reading up a little bit on it. Let me see here. Pull it up again. It's one of the, according to this write-up, of course I'm taking this information off the internet, so take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's probably accurate. Old Peculiar is one of the country's most well-known and loved ales, according to this article. It's kind of a unique brew. I guess it's often imitated, but it's never duplicated by a lot of people over there. A lot of companies over there trying to make the same flavor, and they're just not able to match it. It's got countless awards, which I think it mentioned something about awards on here, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I seen something on here. What is that thing right there? No, that's their seal. Anyway, I did see something about a bunch of awards that it's won. The name pays tribute to a unique, don't know what that word is, ecclesiastical status of Masham as a court of the peculiar, and is also reference to the strong characteristics of the beer. For many of it's affectionately referred to as Yorkshire's lunatic's broth. So that's a pretty interesting little tidbit that it's referred to as the Yorkshire's lunatic's broth. Plan on drinking that bad boy. And since it's New Year's or New Year, what do you guys say? Let me look at the chat for a minute. When you like wish someone a Happy New Year, do you say Happy New Year or do you say Happy New Year's? Which is the proper way to say it? I've said it both ways, but I've been thinking about it recently, especially the last couple of days when I've texted people, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's. Is it New Year or is it New Year's? With an S. Bourbon Street says it's year. Tracy Phillips says it's year. That's what I thought. I don't know why around here. I guess it's a West Virginia thing maybe. But it's just something that's kind of in the dialect maybe that we've said Happy New Year's with an S. Said it my whole life, honestly. I've said it, hey, Happy New Year's. And I don't know why. I really don't know why that's something. I mean, I recognized it as possibly being incorrect, and I just addressed it. You guys have straightened me out on that. So it's New Year. CT says, Happy New Year. Thank you, buddy. It is, it's 1122. 1122. Oh, that's a cool number. Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't even realize that till just now. I mean, I knew it was the first, but I guess I didn't think of it as in the way of numbers being 1122 until just now. I guess technically it's 010122, but at the same time it's 1122. By the way, before I forget, there will most likely Sean from the Ration Museum is under the weather a little bit, But if you guys can, and if he does end up live streaming tomorrow, I'll make an announcement on my channel so you guys know that he's doing it for sure. I know he's under the weather right now, though. But if he does, well, his car's broke down too right now, so he can't really get to the museum. And he might do a live stream from home, he said. So that would be awesome, I think. I think he's probably got some cool rations stuck there at the house that he could have. If not, he could come up with something cool to eat, I'm sure. And we'd love to sit down and have a meal with him. Mr. Ruler Yak, yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Which sometimes on here he's Ration Museum, sometimes he's Ruler Yak. It just, I think it just depends on what account. All right, I'm gonna attempt to pour to this time. Let's see. I'm probably gonna spill it. No, I'm right over a brand new piece of paper here. Oh, I didn't spill it. Okay. Stuff kind of smells like jet fuel. A little bit. Rubbing alcohol, you know, something like that. That's something I've been thinking a lot about here lately too. Is how hard would it be to get your personal pilot's license for like a personal aircraft that you put like a couple family members in or something. I've always wanted to fly. My buddy used to be a flight instructor, and me and him talked a lot about that. That used to be his passion, and it's always been in my head because of that. Drink out of the jug. I would never drink this much if I did that. That's my problem. Like, I just can't force myself to do it. That's my issue with doing that, James. All right, let me go ahead and just. Hopefully, this thing has a real nice hiss to it when I pop it open. I pray it does, because if not, it's going to suck. It's already. I know it's chunky. I've already looked at it. Let's see if we can. You can't really see in it because it's so dark. The glass is so dark. But you can see how dark that bottom is. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be see-through just like the rest, and the bottom is solid because of all the crap on the bottom. So, alright. Here we go. Ugh. Not like it should have been. That was a small release at best. Oh yeah, see, that's not a good sign at all. It's not supposed to look like that. Whoo! I thought this thing was going to be okay, but it's not looking like it. What'd you say? I finally got to try flying for half an hour last year. I definitely want to give it a try. That's one of those things that I think would be, if you could get into it and get a small aircraft, it could make your life a whole lot simpler. I don't know how it is like going from one small airport to another, like where you park the airplane once you get there. Like, I don't know how that works. Alright, let me flip this around. Yep, my Christmas decorations are still up. They probably will be for a couple more days. I don't know. I want to start trying to get them put away soon. Okay, hang on. Let's tilt this down a little bit more. I guess, is it like bad luck to cheers yourself? I don't know. Cheers. Here, let's do it this way. Cheers. Whew, down the hatch. Ugh. That's really bad. If it wasn't cold, I couldn't do this. Okay, this is the first time I've ever said this, I think. As far as the description goes, that's skunky. Usually I don't use that as a descriptor because I don't usually find it to be true. In this case, this has a, it's not the aftertaste, it's like the initial flavor is rank. It is awful. Took me a second to recognize Oldsmokey with that hat on. It's a little different. It's a little different than I typically wear, but I used to always wear hats like this. It's probably been 10 years, or no, it's probably been longer than that since I started wearing the hats like I wear now all the time. Like the eating history hats that I have are, and the hat that they had me wear on eating history, which was like, in my opinion, it was like 2 sizes too big, and I'd have to like pull it over my ears and stuff. I hated that. Hated that. I've told you guys ever since I was a kid I wore hats. But thank you for that super chat, Smitty. You guys really should go check out Smitty's channel too. By the way, he's one of my buddies. If I was ever in Canada and needed a place to stay, I'll bet Smitty'd let me stay at his place. He's one of my buddies like that. Curious Pete said it wouldn't be a smoky beer without that face. This one's pretty rough. I mean, I got about better than a third of it down, but it tastes awful. This is one of the. I guess a lot of times with the ales, the darker ales and stuff like that, if they're not completely sealed, like if they start getting oxygen damage, they get really rank. And this one, I could tell when I smelled it, but it doesn't have that bite to it. It's got like almost like a sourness to it, which is another weird descriptor that I typically don't use when I talk about old beers. Typically, old beers don't get sour. But yeah, all right, Eeyore, he's dealing with some extreme cold right now. I think I might have seen my sister in the chat here too. Let me go back up here and look. Let me see. Oh yes, yeah. So Angela, that's my sister. She's a few years older than I am. Just kind of recently got to talking again. But you guys should say hello to my sister, Angela Hodges. Is that what it says? Hodges or Hodge? I think it's Hodges. It's Hodges. Whew. I gotta finish this. I'm wasting time. Oh God. I don't know what that flavor is. That's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's one of the worst ones I've had. I mean, that I've actually drank. There's been a couple that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't force myself to do it. I just seen Gusto pop in here. Thank you so much, Gusto. I highly recommend you guys go over to his channel too, because every time you view a video over there, any of the proceeds that happen to come from your clicks from watching his videos, so sit there and watch the ads on Gusto's videos, because any of the proceeds from his channel go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It's highly commendable that he does something like that, but let's get some checks going to St. Jude's by going over and watching R.C. Gusto's videos. And R.C. Gusto says Happy New Year, so it is with just no S. Alright, I'm going to flip the camera back around and stop paying as much attention to you guys so I can open this box. And I'm sorry, you hear my dog in the background. And I got half a smoke here from the old USSR just chilling, hanging out here. I'm going to light this thing because, yeah, a shot in the beer down the hatch. Buddy, good. Well, you've already ate, so I don't know. Give him some meds, Amber. Go to mom, dude. Alright, I don't think there was anything else I was supposed to tell you guys about. I did have the custom slip where I could show you guys that it said something about tennis shoes, but I doubt that's what Dan sent over. That's some really good duct tape, too. I think it's duct tape. If not, it's some serious tape. Rips like duct tape. Some serious black duct tape. Might be like Gorilla Tape. Kind of discourages customs from wanting to open it when you do, like, you know, pro tip, whatever you want to call it. Tape the edges with some really thick tape like that. Huge layer down the middle like that. I mean, obviously it helps keep it sealed too, so it's not a waste. But it also discourages them from wanting to fool with it because they don't want to have to tape it back up. Alright. And this is kind of bulging out the top, so I got to be careful opening it. There we go. Tap the heck out of you. Oh, you good. Taping is definitely encouraged if you're ever sending a package or anything like that to anyone that is not in your own country. I guess even it doesn't matter. Tape's a good thing. Tape's definitely a good thing, but especially international. The more layers on the outside, the better. I find that like the black plastic that looks like a trash bag is great stuff to discourage them from wanting to rip that open as well. There's probably a customs agent out there watching this right now. It wouldn't surprise me. Forget that I said anything. So, all right. Here we go. Here's the reveal. What do we got here? Nice. I see one thing that's very interesting to me. I've never had a pack of smokes from I can't remember having a pack of smokes from Australia before. Man, look at the freaking packaging on that though. Good Lord. Like they'd want you to have a warning on a video or a photo. Like, don't look at this if you're easily if you get sick easily or something, man. Oh wow. Their quit line's 137848. It's a weird phone number. Golly. What even brand is this? Winfield Classic. There. Blue. I wonder what blue means. I wonder if that's like a medium or an ultralight or what that is. Well, definitely going to be trying these out. Wish I'd have known it was in there before I lit this one up right here. That's alright. This will be an end of the stream. Alright. Some Biltong. Holy crap. You know what? I think I've only had this once or twice in my life. Oh. Holy jeez. Oh. OMG, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Amber, come here. Look how much this pack of cigarettes was. It's circled. That's in Australia. Oh, all I can think is, oh my God. I cannot believe they really don't want you to be smoking over there, do they? Man, I'd be growing my own tobacco. I'm sorry. Like, I'd be growing my own, grinding it up. That is absolute insanity. I just, plus, is it a 10% tax too? Well, it's not exactly, or is it 10%? What was your subtotal? 6154, so it should have been 615, but it was 503. 10% on something. Anything, I guess, there's something on here that's not taxable, or a couple things maybe. Wow, man, that is crazy, guys. Where was this at? Retail, TA's, Caltrex, Star, Mart, Eastlands. That's the most expensive. Well, I can't even say that. Well, that's the most expensive modern pack of cigarettes that I've ever seen. Obviously, with the vintage smokes, you get into some really, really expensive cigarettes now. $200 a pack. Stuff like that. But that's a $40 pack of cigarettes. Holy cow, man. I don't even know how to go any further with this. That stumped me. The Biltong is also you guys tell, like, okay, grass-fed beef. Is this made from like baby cows? Biltong, I know, is special in itself. And maybe they feed the cows like certain foods and give them beer or something. Is that what biltong is? Something like that. Let's see. Tasmania's wild environment, pristine waters, and cool climate create our outstanding biltong. With the highest quality of ingredients, a family recipe handed down over generations. Our biltong tastes like no other and delivers Tasmania's flavors with a punch. Or Tasmanian flavor with a punch. Kind of see it in there. I think that was a notification. Let me fix that. Sorry about that, guys. Next, my mouth is watering thinking about that beef jerky. Look at this. Tasmanian mint. That's interesting. So, like I mentioned before I ever done anything, Tasmania is where Dan's actually from. So, the fact they have their own Kit Kat, basically, I guess, would be their own Kit Kat. Tasmanian mint. And that's a really pretty looking Kit Kat, too. Which it's summer. Whoa, what was that? Huh. Hang on a second, guys.
It was her in the cat.
Did she hurt it?
No, she didn't get out of the chair.
Something made noise. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Sorry. Anyway, this is a huge... This has got to be over 100 grams. Yeah, way over. 170 grams. So the candy bars that come in the Polish rations are 100 grams solid dark chocolate bars. But you think they're huge until you see something like this, which is almost 2 of those. I mean, this thing is humongous. It's broke right there. This is awesome, dude. What is this? Zappo? It's like a box. Is that like a boxing glove or something? What is that? Grape and strawberry flavored chews. Never heard of Zappo before. Must be an Australian thing. Where are these produced? In Australia. Universal Candy. Beaumont Road. Mount Curing. Anyway. Those are awesome. Oh, no way. I've still been rationing these bad boys out. I freaking love these things. I didn't like them so much at first, but the more I've eaten them, the more I've basically become addicted to them. They're so awesome. There's nothing like them here in the United States. This is like fruity malted milk, basically. I guess it's a little more dense than what malted milk is. And if you like suck on it, it'll dissolve, or it'll get really soft and chewy. I don't know. It's a very unique experience when it comes to a candy, in my personal opinion. I've tried a lot of different candies, but these things are awesome. What are these? All will be revealed. So, colorful fun, you'll never know what color candy you'll get. Of course. They're all like that. That's awesome, dude. Those are very expensive to try to get here in the United States. Just so you guys know, back the last time I was talking about them, we started looking them up, and I think it was like $20 for a bag of them. To get a bag of them on Amazon, it was something like $20, I want to say. What do we got here? Musk flavored lifesavers. These things right here, I don't know how many of you guys out there have tried something musk flavored, but it's exactly like what you think it would be, almost. It's kind of floral. I would call it floral. kind of like trying to eat a flower. Did I miss a super chat? Oh man, it's not showing me. All right, let me see if I can go back. I think I might have missed a super chat, guys. I'm a little bit buzzed, by the way. Hopefully it didn't hear me say that. And it's only letting me go back to the last message I can see is John's MRE says that's crazy. I have no idea what he was talking about, but that's the last message I can see. I think I'm on live chat. Nope, I'm not. I'm on top chat. Here we go, back to live chat. Oh yeah, Ashens. Somebody tried to tell me back whenever Eating History first aired that they had tried to get Ashens to host the show. So I actually contacted the people that I knew. Well, first of all, I'm buddies with Jim, which is the History Channel executive that was behind Eating History that wanted to make it a show. And I talked to him, and I also talked to a couple of the production on the production side with the production company. They all said that was BS, but anyway, I like Ashens. I like the guy. I like what he does, and I like what he's done. I enjoy watching his content. What is this? All right. Well, let's get the elephant in the room taken care of. This is a Menu F Australian CR1M with a, here we go, a 7/17/20 production date. So this thing's, what, a year and a half old right now, basically? Pretty much. Yeah, basically let's call it a year and a half old right now. I think that's a piece of white bread right there. My favorite ration bread in the world. What else is in here? There's all kinds of good stuff in here. Look, you get the matches. There's a spoon in there that I love, that I use all the time. Look here. I use this spoon so often. Yeah, I mean, cereal, anything I need a spoon for, I use my CR1M spoon. Just wash it and put it up. Love my CR1M spoon. It's great. Who's Tim? Hang on. Hey, there's G. Schultz. What's up, man? All right. I'll set that. I'll set it back here. Ugh. That right there is huge. If he'd have just sent that, that is insanely huge. So all this is just, it's a lot. There are shoes in here. I'd never dreamed there was actually going to be shoes in here. There are, these are Uggs. Are you kidding me? Australia. Alright. Wow. Look at that. That is a winter boot if I ever seen one. That's probably straight up wool lined. Oh. I've never had a pair of Uggs before. If my boots weren't so tall and tight and hard to put back on, I would put, I'm going to have to do it. I got to do it. Alright. Give me just 1 second. That's the right foot, right? Yep. That's my good foot. My good leg. Whatever. Take my boot off. Slap this one on real quick like. I've never had a pair of slip-on boots either. Oh, I ain't going to be able to do this standing up. I don't think. Oh, maybe I will. Yeah, I got it. Holy cow, those have got to be extremely warm. I mean, I ain't had them on but a second yet, but my foot was already warm when I put them in. Look at that. Oh, my pants laid down. Is there a note in here? No note. Well, I think, so Dan said that his buddy got with him and sent something over as kind of like a team effort. And I'm going to have to assume that this is probably what he was talking about. These are probably called, Sherpas, right? No. Shearers. Shearers? 1961 Australia. Australian made. I didn't know Uggs were Australian made. I had no idea. Huh. Or is that a thing? Dude, that is so crazy. That is so cool, man. 19. These are like a vintage design too, which is cool. Check that out. So I'm gonna say that's called shearers. Like, you shear a sheep. So then you got this heavy, like, wool inside. I don't know if that's synthetic or real. It might be real. I bet if I read, it'll tell me. Our customers buy genuine shearers products. Please scan the barcode, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what the other side says. To be a registered buyer, scan that barcode. It's not going to tell me, but I bet I can look it up and get some more detail. Sebastian, buddy. Hang on. I'm gonna have to help him out. But holy cow, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never even thought about buying a pair of Uggs before, but man, they're super lightweight. Talk about a winter boot. I don't know how you guys could use these over there. It doesn't get cold over there. Register your Ugg. What will the government think of next? That's funny. $169 for Amazon Uggs. Dude, that's... Hopefully, this is like one of those things where it's a local thing, and it's nowhere near as expensive because it's a local thing. But Uggs is definitely one of those brands here in the United States that's like extremely expensive. Overpriced for what they are typically, I would think, but I've never invested in them. I like the way they've done that seam too. Man, that's super cool. My foot was already a little sweaty when I put it down in there. I got compression socks on because of my injury, and I've got my old work boots on, which I think are Carolinas. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. These are the boots that I had on when I got hurt, and they literally cut them off. I still wear them. I mean, they were brand new basically when I got hurt. They're a little worse for wear now. Not bad, but a little nicked up. But none of these are Georgia boots. They're still waterproof, which is a good thing. $5 for cheap Big Lots Uggs knockoffs. But they're really just high top slippers. Curious Pete says. I don't know, man. There's something... When you get into a brand name like this, especially like Uggs, or what else could I say? What other brands? Levi's. Levi's, their brand is amazing. I've actually been approached by Levi's for advertising for them, and I didn't want to hit them back until I was actually making day-to-day or week-to-week content again, like real videos. But I would love to advertise for Levi's because I believe in Levi's. I've worn Levi's myself for 30 years. Longer, actually. I've got baby pictures of me with Levi's on. Also with Timberlands on. That's like the American work boot. I just saw a commercial about them is what made me think about it. Oh, let me lace my boot back up real quick, though. Yeah, these boots are steel toed. Like 800 or 1,000 grain on the insulation. Honestly, they're too hot to just wear around day to day, but I still wear them anyway. But wow, that's amazing, dude. My old lady's gonna be she's gonna be jealous. She's gonna be jealous I got a pair of Uggs. I've never bought her a pair of Uggs before. But I seriously had no idea that Uggs was an Australian brand. I assume they are an Australian brand. This isn't like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a local shop that brands it as Australian. Is Ugg an Australian brand? You guys probably know this. Could answer it in the chat, but I'm just...
According to Wikipedia, Ugg is an American footwear company and a division of Deckers Brands.
It's an American footwear company? Huh. That's what the internet says anyway. I had no idea. A division of Deckers Brands. Huh. But these were bought at Ugg of Australia. Obviously. That's what we got going on here. Alright. So I can't eat the boots. So they're going to go off to the side. Man, Dan. I don't even know what to say, dude. I don't even know what to say. I know I'm going to rip into this. My mouth is watering still yet. And Oh, I got tape on my knife. A piece of beef jerky would settle that craving right now, I do believe. Did I not open it? Kind of. There we go. Look at that. That looks like some thick jerky, does it not? Oh, it smells really good. I don't know if it just smells really good to me right now. I have not eaten anything at all today in preparation for this live stream because I know I'm going to be cramming a lot of sodium in my system and I've got higher blood pressure, so I've got to stay away from cramming too much in. And if I don't eat leading up to this, I should be fine. Look at that. Seems like it's seasoned really well. Looks like it kind of bled all the way through it. My mouth. All right, here we go. What brand is this? I sent Dan a little bit of the best jerky I can find around here, store-bought. Last time I sent him some stuff over his way. And I haven't had any of that jerky in a few months because I haven't seen it for sale. It's like they couldn't get it anymore. Not too dry. Not too hard. It's got a really subtle flavor to it, I would say. It must be like original. Nope, smoky barbecue. Smoky barbecue. I don't pick much on the barbecue. Maybe just smoked, like a smoky flavor. Because it is a slightly smoky. But it's so easy to go overboard on the smoke flavor. I mean, even if you naturally smoke something, or if you try to add artificial smoke flavor, it can get too much very quickly. It can be overpowering. And this is not that. It's actually really good. There's like 57 of you guys in here right now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me too, by the way. We got Dan D. That's a new name for me. Put You First Bus Stop. Okay. John's MRE. That's a newer name that I don't recognize either. I'm not going to be inconsiderate and eat this right now because I know I sound awful chewing like this. But I'm actually going to stick it in my back pocket and eat it later. I'm just craving like, I guess I'm craving meat for some reason. I'm really wanting something savory and something hearty. Next, a thing of Musk Lifesavers. Over-the-counter Lifesavers over there. These also come in the Australian CR1Ms. There might be one pack of them in here. I didn't see any on the initial, just real quick look through. But man, look at that chocolate bar there. It looks like it's still perfect. Right there. You'll know when they start going, they'll bloat. And I mean bloat. I've had them before turn to dust. So Musk Lifesavers pink. Very much look like they look strawberry, kind of. It's been a long time since I had one of these. Best Buy date on them's 10/11/2022. So that's a cool date too. 10/11/22. Really did. Oh, there we go. Shove it up through there. Get one out of there. Just one. There it is. Oh, there it is. Good old Lifesavers. Down the hatch. Oh. I mean, do you guys really like these over there? I'm looking for any Australian, Dan especially. Is this something you guys really enjoy? Because it's not enjoyable for an American. It tastes like, because I just had this happen to me. It tastes like you're walking through the mall, right? You're walking through that Anchor store with the perfume, the great big perfume section. And you're walking through there and somebody sprays you with something. And it goes right in your mouth. That's exactly what this is like. I mean, it is strong. Very perfumey. Floral is definitely another description I would give it. Mm. Sweet, but not real sweet. It tastes like something that I recognize, like in a barber shop. Like some shaving cream that I've had used on me before. Oh wow, James, that sounds interesting. It says he had biltong in Indonesia, cut right off the water buffalo and prepared. I think it's an episode of what was it? The Family Guy? Stewie? No, was it Family Guy or was it Roger on American Dad? I don't know. He orders some crazy moon beef or something. It was like $1,000,000 per steak. And they go out and go up to the moon and cut it straight off the cow while he's running around and fry it up. Next are the Zappo flavored chews. Obviously, I got to get into these. Looks like the grape are on the bottom and strawberry are on top. Maybe, hopefully, that's the case. Oh, my little dog is struggling right now. And I'll tell you why. I think it's too hot in here. They look like gum. Is this gum? Is this flavored chews? I mean, that sounds like something I could swallow. But it contains only natural colors, which is a good thing. 7 sour strawberry flavored chews. So, I again with the musk things, I can't see that being something that you would want to eat. It's just it's so seemingly not natural. So, oh, these are really well. These are soft. I don't know if it's gum or not. Let's find out. Strawberry. Need to get that musk out of my mouth anyway. Definitely a candy. Not a gum. But it's in a pack, kind of like a gum pack here in America. This is something you typically see thinner than a gum pack typically would be, but at the same time, it could be this size. Seems like a really natural flavor. It does have a lot of sourness to it, though. I like that. I like sour candy. I can see myself getting addicted to these quite easily. Oops. Yep, that's not going to work, is it? I'll put it in there upside down. Oh well. Try a grape real quick, just because. I can tell you right now, this ain't going to taste good after the strawberry for sure. Probably not the grape either. But I think it's a little too warm in here for my pup, for my dog. He's kind of struggling. I'll be right back. Pop this grape in. Takes me a second to chew it up anyway. It's hard to mimic grape flavor in anything like this, in a candy or an artificial drink, or a drink, I should say. Outside of having straight natural grape juice, which seems like you'd have to crush a lot of grapes to get enough juice. That's very similar to a grape flavor that you'd find here in the States. Very similar. Again, though, I do like the sourness that comes in with that. And I guess that's probably what that is, like a boxing glove for as a punch. Like, punch of sour, probably. this on the floor. Yeah, that's good stuff. These are definitely addictive. Easily addictive. I guess I can go ahead and open these. I mean, I hate to open a new bag when I got another bag right here. I don't think these are any different. They're both Cadbury. I think this bag right here might have been a little bigger. 300 grams. Probably 300 grams. 300 grams. Same size bag. Let's see if they look exactly the same. I got a few left in here. Like 4, maybe. I'd call that identical. And before I eat them, I typically, do that so I can know what I'm eating. This one's yellow. And if you ever seen a New Zealand ration before, you'll have seen a chocolate bar with clinkers in it. When they refer to clinkers, they refer to these pieces. There's pieces of this stuff in there. Different colors, typically. But it's good stuff, man. Like I said, it's kind of like a malted milk that's fruit flavored and a little more dense than what typical malted milk is. Like a milk dud. It's a little more of a airy and loose with the malted milk. This is more of a dense and compacted. But like I said, after you, after you eat a few of these, you just get, I don't know, me personally, I kind of got addicted to them. And they got a really nice crunch to them, too. If you just want to crunch into them, you can have a crunchy candy. If you want it to be chewy, you can suck on it for a little bit. Or if you just want it to dissolve and be like, like not quite like a hard candy, but eat it that way. I have no idea what that flavor is either, because it doesn't taste like anything, just fruity. Does it say what flavors they are? That's cool. Milk chocolate contains 67%. That's a good sign. 23% milk solids. 26% cocoa solids. The color purple is a trademark used under license. Interesting. Cadbury. Cadbury purple. But I don't see anything about the flavors. What flavors they are. Pascal means quality. This is a product that does not meet. If this product does not meet our expectations, or if you have any inquiries, please call Pascal Customer Advisory Service Australia. Free call 1-800-250-260. New Zealand call 0800 20. Blah blah blah. Best Buy, September 10th, 2022. Yeah, I don't know what flavors these are. Just kind of lightly fruity is what I would call it. What is a double-double? Someone told me that, History Savior. What is a double-double? Is that got something to do with the dang it. It's been so long since I've had one. The something slam. What's the word? What's the candy? Or not candy, but biscuit chocolate bar thing. Wow. I've totally brain farted on this one. What did I do with my box that I had for this? What this stuff came out of? Oh. Move, honey. Alright, so these got to stay out. Oh, yeah. The mint dark. It just says dark with Tasmanian. It says dark chocolate with Tasmanian mint. I love the packaging on this, too. I mean, that is displayable in itself. I love that packaging. Super cool. Maybe I should open it from the bottom. Maybe that'd be best. Yeah, probably would be. I have to pull a apart. Bag of chips. Yes, yes. Look at that. Looking good. Just going to break one off the bottom. Wait, was that supposed to be all one? I thought it was supposed to go in half. Maybe not. Nope, I wasn't supposed to break that. Yeah, it was. There's a score line there. I can smell the mint, like, immediately. Very, very strong scent of the mint. Tim Tam. Yes, Kalen, you're right. Tim Tam Slam. I could not remember that. Let's take a look inside. Looks like a typical wafer with the chocolate cream inside. Give it a try. Mmm. Nice and crunchy, too. Hmm. The mint's very refreshing. It's got that cooling effect that you kind of expect out of a mint. It's weird how mint can do that. Make it feel like your mouth is colder. I don't know if it really is, but there's something to that. It might have melted and reformed. I don't know. Kind of looks like it right there. Been a long time since I ate a Kit Kat. A long time. I think the last time I had them was like Asian flavored, you know, Kit Kats. The chocolate seems thicker than the ones in America. I've never had a big bar like this. I don't even know if we sell these in America, like a big bar like this. I've never seen one. If so, which I've never went looking for them. I've seen plenty of the small ones in regular size bars, but the chocolate on this seems thicker. But it is thicker. Definitely here and here on the bottom and the sides. You get a lot more of that chocolate crunch and bite. It's not a bad blend of the mint with the chocolate, though. I gotta say, very refreshing for a chocolate. I'm not usually a big mint guy. Like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I mean, I can eat it. But there's like 5 other ice creams I'd eat before it. Butter pecans up there on my list. Obviously the classics, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. All 3 of those. Now I need something to drink. I've eaten a lot of stuff with nothing to chase it with. Oh. So, ration wise, I don't know what to do now. Put these all over here, out of the way. Man, this has been it's been interesting getting to try different things from all the way around the world. Seriously, as far away from right here where I'm at right now as I could possibly get things from, or the furthest point that I could travel to would be basically where this stuff is coming from. Dan is basically as far away from me as he could possibly be. I mean, within probably a few hundred miles one way or the other, you know, he's basically on the other side of the world. Which, when you think about it, that's pretty interesting in itself. Alright. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to have a meal, but I'm not going to open a 24-hour ration right now, an hour in. And I've got 2 other boxes here that I'm just going to set this off to the side. Well, I'll set it down here. Okay, everything smells good on the CR1M. I don't smell any like weird smells. We had a CR1M come in one time. Dan actually sent me, and something in it was busted. And boy, did it get funky quick. I mean, it was funky when it showed up, but it got worse within like 2 days after I opened the box. I was like, holy crap, I got to deal with this. It's one of those things that, I don't know if it was just where it was in the house here and it was a little warmer in the house, and I don't know, something. Air hit it, or been sealed up in a box, something. All right. Ooh, we'll be eating here in a minute, but how am I going to open this? Let me see if I can cut the address label off of this real quick, like. Shoot. Alright, got that one off. This is not the one I wanted to open first, though. I want to open this one first. Whoops. A couple things I picked up recently. Not too recently, but recently enough that I haven't opened them. Waiting to do it here with you guys. So I haven't checked how they traveled or anything like that yet. Man, my knife needs sharpened in a bad way. Like that, or it's got a bunch of glue on it or something. Cat is getting on my nerves. Cat's getting on my nerves. Go on, Brownie. Alright. This is, this should be pretty cool. That is by far the strongest tape I've ever tried to cut through. Holy crap. Seriously. I'd like to have some of that tape. I mean, it's like, I don't know how to, good Lord. That tape is no joke. It's almost like rubber. Are you kidding me? My knife ain't even wanting to go through it, guys. I'm not trying to play it up. That is some ridiculous tape. I mean, cutting the edges ain't too bad, but that cat's gonna have to shut up. She's getting on my nerves. Man, oh man, that tape. Gorilla tape? You think they'd use Gorilla tape to ship something like this? I mean, it ain't like double layered either. That's one layer of tape. I guess it is double layered. But, like, look at that stuff. It's like plexiglass almost. Like, it's kind of soft plexi. It's weird. It's thick. Super thick. Oh, boy. Okay, well, I mean, at least they took care in shipping it, but now it's going to be really hard to get out of here, which is a good thing. That is some serious tape, y'all. All right, we're getting there. Sure you can tell what it is by now, but There we go. Holy crap. Whoop. Alright, there's one down. Look at that. Not bad. Got a little dent right here. Farm Fresh Packaging Corporation. Hightstown, New Jersey. And I tried looking this up. I think this is one I tried looking up, and I could not find that manufacturer at all. So that'll be interesting. I have no idea what year it is either. I do think that it's probably going to be either early 60s or late 50s on this one. I could definitely be wrong because they made this exact style for about 20 years. So this could run all the way up into the 70s. Actually, the one that they've opened, I do believe, was the 70s. Hang on, I gotta go deal with this cat. Minnie, you gotta stop. Seriously, go. Go. Get. Go. Hopefully she'll be quiet now. Alright. But yeah, this one's got a 20-year range on it. From everything that I know and everything that I can tell. Maybe that approval number right there, maybe I can get something out of that. I don't know. But I do know that once I open this thing, I will see Hershey's Tropical Bars in there that will tell me if it's... See, once you hit the 70s, the Tropical Bars changed, and they don't look like... do I have one handy? I do not have one out. I have one in my display case back here, but I don't have one out. So, red Hershey's Tropical Bars, red label Hershey's Tropical Bars, are only from World War II. That's the only time the red labels were produced, was during World War II. 1 ounce and 2 ounce bars. After World War II, like in the 50s, very beginning of the 50s, even late 40s, they went over to the blue label. And they ran that exact same Hershey's Tropical Bar wrapper for about, 30 years? Something like that. And there's no way to tell the difference. So it's really hard to pinpoint other than a range of, yeah, okay, it's within this 30 years. But it'll give me an idea once I get this open whether it has that newer style Hershey's Tropical Bar label or the middle one, the blue label. Go on, get it. Alright, next is this one. For some reason, I want to say I might have got this from the same person, about a month apart from each other. Definitely some weeks in there, probably a month or longer apart. Not on the cheap side by any means, but nothing is anymore. Nothing is quote-unquote affordable any longer. Oh yeah, it's looking... I mean, definitely A+ on the packaging. I will give them that. And this one was much more important than the other one as far as packaging goes. And you'll see why in just a moment. But these two literally go together. Even though I did not win them together, and they ended different days, but they come from the same person. Actually, I'm going to do this one first. I mean, they did not skimp on the tape purchase at all. It's a workout getting these open. It ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. It's a lot of bubble wrap. It's a good thing though, like I said. Get that outer layer off. There's more tape on the inside as well. Yeah, my knife. I didn't realize it was so dull. I usually keep it real sharp, but I have been using it a lot lately, Christmas time and all. Cutting through stuff. This is actually a pretty important one to me. It's one I've been, something I've really been wanting to get for a very long time. And finally, I was able to make it happen. Look at that. And that thing is in way better shape than I thought it was going to be. But look here. Packed, 1944. Let's flip it around. 11/14/1944. Yes, sir. I'm proud to own this. Actually, I'm very proud to own this, and it is in, like I said, this is in way better shape than I even thought it was. It's in impeccable condition. Look at the bottom of it. I mean, this looks like it's been sitting in a museum or something for the past 60 years. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is a beautiful sight. Wow. I didn't expect it to look that good. I thought it had some dents and stuff in it. I remember, maybe they sent me a different one. The Chemical Service Company, Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, maybe they sent me one that was in better condition than the one that was listed. Bo says the Farm Fresh Packing Corporation is out of business. Heightstown, not too far from me. Looks like they had some sort of judgment against them by the FDA in 1951. So I'll bet that thing is old. Awesome. So it predates 1951 most likely, Bo. That is great information. Thank you for that, Bo. I couldn't find anything on them. Whenever I mentioned, I didn't look very much because I hadn't even gotten it yet. But I did look into that that Farm Fresh Packing Corp just in case I did win it. And yeah, see, this is like very, very, very well packed. Go ahead and slide out the bottom here. This is another one that's pretty interesting to have. Look at this. Boom. That is awesome. Holy crap. Look at that. Here. Still completely full. Same company. These two were meant to be together from the time that they were born in the Chemical Service Company factory in Baltimore, Maryland. Approved by the U.S. Coast Guard. These were used as emergency rations on tons of ships, you know, the emergency abandoned ships in World War II. So they were on aircraft carriers, you know, fighters, you name it. And these were what, guys? There'd be one of these. Wait, there'd be 4 of these for every one of these. There'd be 4 of the water cans for every one ration. Or maybe it was 3. There's either 3 or 4 of these to every one of the actual food. This is by far one of the best looking. And it doesn't have not even a little bit of bloating to it. Listen to that. Here, I'm going to hold it to the microphone. That sounds amazing. I can only hope and pray that sound that I'm hearing is Hershey's Tropical Bars slapping around in there. I don't want to move it too much because every time that those hit the top or bottom, it could damage the corners and cause the Hershey's Tropical Bars to open up. This, I don't know. I feel like I'm very fortunate to have these, especially this one. You know, I've not been able to get my hands on very much World War II era military food, and when I do, I feel very fortunate to procure whatever it may be. But this is something else. This is something that would have been rolling around when my grandpa was in the service, fighting for our country. I mean, there's the good side of it, by the way. I think I had it sitting on the bad side, to be honest. Yeah, because it's not the bad side. It's just that's the seam side. It's the side seam. There's a little scratch on it right there. Nothing major at all. I mean, there's some fingerprints on it, which I will clean off. But holy crap, what a display piece that is. I mean, it's like that lacquer finish is so shiny. I didn't think this would be that exciting of a unboxing experience. I didn't think that these would be in the condition that they're in, but here they are. Let me take a look at this one again real quick. I was hoping that maybe there was a date somewhere that I had just missed, but there is definitely not. Look at that. It's like some original water spotting or something. It's got a little dent to the seam right here. I did a Globe Life Draft ration about 4 years ago probably. It's sitting right back here. It's what company was this? It's Globe something. Globe Equipment Corporation, and it was in really nice looking shape, but it had a pretty bad compromise spot on it, which ended up making the Hershey's Tropical Bars in it go bad. And it was from the, I never could nail down a date on that one either. I've only ever seen one other of the Globe Equipment Corporation pop up in the 6 years I've been looking for them, and I have one right here. Let me show you guys this, because this is one of the coolest things that came out of it. It is the coolest thing that came out of it, but look at that. This came out of the Life Draft ration like this. Globe Nutritious Energy Tablets. Sucrose malted milk. And I mean, the can is more or less perfect. It got a little dented right there. But when not in use, keep the top tightly closed, like a little paint can. And honestly, I haven't opened this thing in years. The candies are still in it. See if I can pop one out of there. Pop one out. Just as good as the day that I opened them up. However many years ago that's been. Milky. Creamy. Malty. It's definitely got a nice malt flavor to it. But to be able to pick up a can of candies that are, I mean, at least 60, maybe, I don't know, 60, 65 years old. I mean, I did have to break it out of there with my knife, but at the same time, I don't care. And pop it in my mouth, and it tastes fabulous. I mean, there's not anything negative I can say about the way that the flavor of that is. Super cool, though. Nice little display of tins there for sure. This will end up in the museum, 100%. I mean, there's no point in me keeping it. It'll be much better served in a museum. And I'm sure that's where these are going to end up as well. There's no point in me keeping these all to myself from only my eyes to see at home in my whatever, whatever I could set up my man cave. I can keep things less rare than this in my man cave and be just as happy with it as keeping these super rare things. But these are going to make for good reviews, and I'm trying to get set up on a World War II era ship that I know the guy who pilots it on a pretty regular basis, so I can actually go, hopefully I can go onto the ship and do a very special review of some 1956 abandoned ship. It'd be cool to film these there as well, but I think these are going to be best filmed on a set. LC says, Happy New Year, Smokey. Hoping to catch more of your lives this year. Your voice helps my youngest fall asleep. It's the tone. Not that you're a bore. Well, thank you so much. I am fine with that. If I put you guys to sleep, that's just fine with me. I have little story. Back when I first started doing this, I really didn't like speaking in front of people. I was a horribly nervous public speaker, and I've developed my ability to speak over time, of course, just like anybody would. But overcoming that first hump of not wanting to speak in front of people, I'm not going to say it was easy, because it wasn't. I was trapped in my home. I was more or less bedridden. I mean, the only way I could get up and do anything, I had to have a special chair set in here. I had to have one of my buddies came over, my buddy Starkey, for the first 2 or 3 years. He'd come over, he'd help me film videos, which that's all I really done back then. He'd come over and he'd help me film videos. He'd sit down, he'd help me run the camera. And I was not very high functioning. I couldn't be. I couldn't get around. My leg, which obviously I also had other issues. I developed a staph infection in my bone. Not to go into the whole story right now, but I was in bad shape for any human. And I lost like 60 pounds. I didn't even know it. When I first started doing this, literally, when I went to the meetup, the first meetup back in 2015 or 16? Anyway, when I went to that, I was 60 pounds lighter than I am right now. And I didn't even know it. I had no idea that I'd lost all that weight. So, over the time, I've come to not mind speaking in front of people, especially if I have a decent message to deliver or if I have something worth saying. I don't want to just fill it up with nothing. I want to talk when it means something. I want to try to make it. In live streams, it's not always going to be, that was great information, but I try to make it useful to whoever's here at the time. I like to try to talk to you guys, and I like to read the messages and try to keep a rapport going to where it's a back and forth. Hey, get out of here. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You go. Get. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to do some short videos to fit into the YouTube Shorts, because that is definitely where things are more popular right now, because everybody's attention span is 1 to 3 minutes, especially TikTok 1 to 3 minutes. I'm going to try my hand at TikTok, but YouTube's my home. YouTube's where I got started. YouTube's where I'm going to stay. And I might try some of the other services, just adding my content over to them, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate the super chat that you sent too. I didn't even comment on that, but thank you for the super chat, LC. I highly appreciate that. I take that as a compliment. Now, since we've opened all this awesome stuff right here, let me, how can I set this up to where we don't, here, let me move it back like this. There we go. I don't even know where I'm going to set these now. I'll tell you what, this one right here. Listen. It sounds completely loose, and I can hear the malted milk like rolling around in there, so where they feel perfect. And if I could pop, oh, that dent just popped out of it. Look at that. And it's just a little dent right there now. It went all the way across over there, but hopefully it'll stay that way. And there's a little dent there, and then this one, where is it? Right here. This is the same kind of dent that I had on the first, the globe that I opened up. Sometimes if you pinch them real hard, in the opposite direction, you can get those to pop out some, like that one just did. I'm glad that popped out some. Looks a lot better now. Anyway, I'll clean that up a little more. Yeah, that's a nice looking little display right there. All right. Now, not going to go crazy on the food. This is what Dan sent me last time. Sent me some mee goreng, hot and spicy, and he sent me this CR1M Menu B, which is a 2017. This one's going to get live streamed. Me and him talked about it. There's a white bread in there too. This one's going to get live streamed. The 2020, I'm going to make an attempt at actually reviewing that. So, he also sent along this Sesame Seed Bar. I don't remember that. So I've been sucking on that thing for a while, as you guys know. Now it's chewy. I mean, it's like a chew. A little more sticky. What does it remind me of? But the taste is amazing, honestly. I wish I could share one of those with each and every one of you guys. To have a 60 or 70-year-old piece of candy, however old it would be. Probably from the 50s. Yeah, so probably getting close to 70 years old. Piece of candy. Malted milk. He also sent along this Backpacker's Cuisine Berry Smoothie. I think I had that chicken and rice last time, didn't I? At like 93, 94, 92, whatever it was. Yeah, I'm surprised those came out so good, though. And he also sent along, serves too, this nasi goreng, gluten-free, a healthy blend of brown rice, vegetables, egg omelet, and mild Asian sauce. And he also sent along the Outdoor Gourmet Company's freeze-dried wild mushroom and lamb risotto. An authentic, and I'm hungry, guys. Like, I didn't eat, but I didn't think all this was going to, you know, I didn't plan it. I mean, I planned it, but I didn't plan it. I didn't know how long it was going to take, so I just didn't worry about it. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite items that I've found inside of a ration. You know, anytime you can find something cool like a can, out of a can, I don't know how many other things were like that. A can inside of a can. Globe Equipment Corporation, Brooklyn, New York. There was a bunch of these in here, too. I'll bet you there was 100 tablets in here. I don't think it says, but I'm going to say easily there was probably 100 in this can. I gave a bunch away. I gave like probably almost half the can away. Sent some to Steve, some to maybe Sticky Fingers. I don't know who all I sent them to. Shocker, probably. I honestly have no idea who all I shared them with, but I wanted other people to get to try them, and I'm going to pry those out of there. They got to get eaten. There's no point in saving them all. I should have put them in a baggie or something. That's what I should have done whenever I opened it up. I didn't even think about it till just now. That would have been the smart route. Four sachets full of authentic flavor. Well, I'm definitely going to eat this, I guess. This would be the quickest and easiest thing to eat without digging into a great big ration, which is all I have out. I don't have any single meals out at all. I mean, I guess we could dig into one of those freeze-dried pouches, but those are huge. I mean, huge 2-serving pouches. Those are something I should share with the family. Huh. 2020. Well, it's not 2020 anymore. I'll tell you what. I wonder if I should go ahead and put this stuff in there. Probably so. Be right back, guys. Alright. Went and grabbed the bouillon cube because I'm pretty sure it's going to need it. I hope it's chicken flavor. I think it is. And then I'll just put the hot water in and let it soften up right now. I guess. I don't know. What's the instructions say? Fold back to here. And well, it ripped instead of folding back. Which kind of sucks, but what's the instructions? Seasoning oil, antioxidant, 319, shallots, vegetable oil. There's the fill line. I think me goring, I'm supposed to drain off the liquid afterwards. So that's what I'll do. Alright. I'll burn my fingers, I can already tell you. That's good enough. It's all underwater. Put the lid back on it. And I think we're going to crack into one of these smokes while I'm waiting. Do I have a proper fork here somewhere? I have only sporks. What is Bob's? Nope, it's a spork. Bob might have had something he wanted me to inform you guys of. I know he was selling out the Arctic rations over there for like 18 bucks a piece or some crazy crazy cheap number like that. Let's see where that little kitten's got me. I don't see it anywhere around where I'd show you guys the little bugger. But I think I'm supposed to drain that stuff off and then put this stuff in, which I'm going to try to do it right this time. I'm going to get some scissors. Oh, jeez, that sweet soy is really thick. And I'm going to cut the top all the way off of this and try to get all of it out of there over into the noodles. You guys don't even know, I'm starving right now. Then we got the hot and spicy spice mix and some chili. Just not much chili. Little teeny tiny bit in there. Quite a bit of the hot and spicy mix. So All right. Winfield Classics, the most expensive modern pack of cigarettes I've ever seen in my life. $39 pack of cigarettes. After tax, you're talking 42, probably $41, $42 Australian money. Insane. Want some gangrene? Smoke these cigarettes. They'll give you some gangrene, give you vascular disease. Smoking causes peripheral vascular disease. Nice. What else do they say? Warning. Toxic chemicals from tobacco smoke can be found in your breath. Oh, urine and blood when you smoke. Nice. Well, here we go. I already packed them. Let me pack them a little bit more. Make sure to do it right. Still got those USSR smokes that Delicious sent too. You guys go over to Delicious channel and subscribe to his channel as well. But this has got to be one of the most expensive packs of cigarettes ever smoked on YouTube. There you go. Immediately pull that middle front smoke, flip it over, give them a smell. Well, those smell different. What is that? These smell really different. These smell like food. They almost have like a little bit of a citrus scent to them. They smell savory. They don't smell a whole lot like the traditional tobacco that I'm used to. It's a whole different smell. Oh, hey, there's Mulder. Mulder says, Happy New Year, Smokey. Sure glad I still smoke. So, sure glad I still smoke. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't believe that a pack of cigarettes is this much anywhere in the world. But thank you for that super chat, Mulder. I really appreciate that, man. VP 250. That's what it says on there. Let's get a little more focus. VP 250. I feel like this should be like a golden rolling paper on there or something. Like 24 karat gold leaf or something. But thank you so much for that super chat, Mulder. I think I might have missed another super chat up here. Let me go back and look. Because it looks like the number went up. And I might have missed it. I'm not seeing it, though. Let me go. Nope, LC was the last one. Huh. What did I must have missed one before LC, then. Let's go to super chats. And the only one I can see is Mulder's. Not that Mulder's wasn't a good one, but it's the only one I can see. Alright, I'm going to do this thing, the justice of lighting it with a match. And not, well, I know I got a bunch of matches around here. Let me just find a pack real quick. Here we go. Come on out of there. Alright. I think these are matches from like 92 or 93, whatever. On the dry pull, similar flavors that I was picking up through the scent. Ooh. It's got kind of a maple. It's changing. It's really complex. That's a good word for this. Very complex, very robust, very savory, almost a citrus sweetness. If they taste anything like they've been smelling, I'm not going to say they were worth $40. I'm not going to do it. How much would that be a cigarette? $2 per cigarette. Complex is still the word that I'm thinking. It must be a light. It's not very strong. I would call it a light for sure. It's probably 10 times lighter than what I'm used to. And I'm trying to put a realistic number on it. I've cut way back, almost quit again. See, now it's picking up, though. It's not 10 times lighter now. The first couple hits were real light. Now it's got a little more punch to it. I've also noticed if you hit it 2 times in succession too quickly, it gets like it'll heat up and the filter will want to collapse. I will say it seems like a really high quality tobacco, just judging by the way everything, the whole experience in itself, the smell, the taste, how smooth it is. It's extremely smooth. Extremely smooth. Uncharacteristically so compared to anything that I'm used to. Especially where I just smoked that half of a USSR smoke from like the late 70s, early 80s, I think that was. Oh, I missed part 2. Let me scroll. Here, I'm going to scroll back up now because I think I can get there. No, I cannot. Dang it. I'm sorry, LC. I'm sorry. You didn't have to send another super chat. I would have maybe caught what you sent in. First question. Missed the second part of the first question for LC. Wondering if I've ever reviewed a Dutch ration. Would love to find a review of my birthplace. I just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, happened across one Dutch ration for sale on eBay right now. And that would be the only way I'd have access to one, but I may buy it just because you requested that, actually. So you're Dutch. So I guess we should ask, where are you from, LC? Exactly. Or where were you born? It's probably a better question because it looks like you're in Canada now. And thank you for the super chat to make me realize that I missed half your question. I got the bill, insurance approved, 85% of what I originally paid for the car 3 years ago. Already a few years old. Dude, don't pay that. Don't do it, Ruler Yak. Don't do it, Sean. Buddy, I could probably come fix your car for you. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I could probably come fix it. Ah. Man, oh man. But yeah, I have never, personally, I've never had a Dutch ration in my possession. I'm not going to, at one point they weren't extremely rare, but they've always been expensive. Because more or less, you get your Dutch ration and it's, let's call it 80% ORP, British ORP, 20% like the proprietary different ration items that would be for a Dutch ration. They're not extremely different. You will find like it's Dutch rations are kind of a mix of 3 or 4 different countries' rations. You see some German stuff in there, some ORP stuff in there, lots of ORP stuff in there. What else did I see in there? What else was there? There was another country that was right on the tip of my tongue that I remember there being also involved in the contents of a Dutch ration. I'm going to flip the camera back around and finish these noodles because I don't want them to get super soggy. I'll grab a fork when I go into the kitchen, drain these. All right. Yeah, I need to enjoy and savor this as well. This is, again, the most expensive cigarette I've ever had. I'm just going to go grab a fork. I think I'm going to leave. Well, no, I'm going to drain some of it off. I'll be right back. They don't feel like they're too overdone yet. They're starting to get a little bit too fluffed up for my taste. And I don't see where that bouillon cube did anything. I don't even smell it. It's like I didn't even put it in there. There it started. It must be at the very bottom. Still mega hot. I've only had mee goreng a few times. Mainly when I've had CR1M rations. What did I do with those seeds? Oh, there they are. Last hit of the Winfield Classics. Pretty sure we don't have anything even similar to that here. I've tried a lot of different brands trying to find a cheaper cigarette, but I need to just quit. First, the chili. Looks like just straight up some chili powder. And then we're going to add the hot and spicy. Very orange. Looks like there's probably chicken flavoring mixed in with that hot and spicy flavoring. Yeah, I just put out a new board tonight. Alright, I said I was going to get scissors, and I didn't get them. But what I'm going to do is use my pocket knife and get it all dirty. How I'll do this is like this. Hopefully that'll just rip off. It did. Good deal. Whoa, just got that. Alright, I need to deal with that. Quickly. Oh. Oops. Canadian napkin coming in handy. That's not too bad a spot, but that spot ain't going nowhere, I can tell you that. It's there now. Alright. Get this emptied in here. I didn't think that oil would come out that easy. Alright, fold it again. Give it a good squeeze. There we go. Alright. Try not to make a mess, but I was unsuccessful. Alright, let me mix this all in. It'll take a minute to mix probably. So pull it back here and really pull the noodles up out of it. I typically like to leave some juice in there, but that's not how you do mee goreng. Mee goreng, you're supposed to drain all the liquid off, which I did do that. But it's hard to get it all to mix together properly. I know you can't really see it on camera, but it stayed pretty light color. There's a little bit of the juice in the bottom. Some of it come back out of the noodles when I squish around on them, I guess. That, I probably didn't drain them all that great, but I just dumped it out real quick. Yeah, this is something that that you can pick up some places here in the United States now. It's something, before I got into rations, I'd never seen it anywhere. And I went out of my place, or out of my way to look in some international markets here and there, and I found it in a few places. But it's not something that's common. You get ramen noodles, dime a dozen here. Alright, let's give it a try. Here we go. This is the hot and spicy. I would say that word is fusion, spelled incorrectly. Mee goreng hot and spicy. I don't know what that is. That just what's in it, maybe? Alright, here we go. Give it a try. Pretty hot. Yeah, Mulder, I'm with you. Needs a little broth to be able to mix it up right. Oh, right there was half the bouillon cube. So, yeah, it didn't dissolve. Not even close. So that sweet and sour sauce is what I'm picking up the most of. The sweetness. They smell spicy. I let the noodles sit just a little bit too long. They're still edible to my palate, but another couple minutes and they wouldn't have been. Have you guys ever let ramen noodles sit too long and they get really soft and gelatinous? I cannot eat them that way. I just can't do it. Wait, LC must have told us where they were born. Let me go back up. Hopefully I can get up far enough. Nope. I didn't go up far enough. Or maybe that was just the answer. Amelia Hillett says, hey, it's Corey from Slack looking for CCRs for you. Dutch rations are mostly ORP and Orifo. Yep. Dutch mains are produced by a British company, a few others, but mainly Orifo and Vesti Foods. Yeah, so they're very similar to ORPs, but there are some proprietary items that are different. Well, I appreciate that, man. Look for those CCRs. I appreciate that. The cold climate. The same thing I got sitting here on the table. He said he sees them pop up. That you don't see. I never see them. I was only a toddler when I left. However, I feel proud of my ancestry. My Oma was in Ravensbrück during World War II, and being in a group that tried to help the Jews. She survived and later had your mom. Well, I'd love to be able to trace my lineage back as well. I just recently went to I don't know if my sister's still on here, but I was trying to track down a little bit, asking questions of my family members, like if anybody knew where our family came from. And nobody knew. So I'm going to have to dig in deeper, maybe have a DNA test done. Grandfather just graduated from medical school, and so he did not get called to battle. He had to stay behind and help the injured instead. Well, he lucked out there then. Yeah, it's definitely on the sweeter side. It does have call it a sweet heat. As far as being spicy, though, anybody that doesn't like spice probably wouldn't like this. Honestly. To a lot of people, it would be considered spicy. To me, I'm not like a huge spice guy, but I put cayenne pepper in my ramen noodles, and I spice things up a lot of times with cayenne because it doesn't add a different flavor. Cayenne just adds heat, in my opinion. I can't taste the actual cayenne pepper itself. It just adds a really nice level of heat to things. You know, you want it hotter, put more in it. That's one thing that's nice about cayenne. I'm wondering if these might not have been a chicken base. It's weird how that cup seam is. Look at that. How it's put together. I guess that's just the sleeve around it is what it is. Around the plastic cup to keep it where you can hold it. Made by Nestle. Shazam to find out more? What's Shazam? Somebody would know what Shazam is? CCR, I can't remember. Did the dude ever get his Credence tapes back? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, man. It's probably been at least 15 years since I saw that movie. The Shazam I know is an app to see what song you're hearing. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's not it. Something Nestle oriented or food oriented. I would assume. Let's see here. It says good to talk in Australia, and then there's a phone number. And then in New Zealand, same type of, if you have questions about your food, I guess they have a hotline set up. Same thing that I read on the Clinkers, I think it was. Off-world. Adam says pretty mild. What are we talking about? It's pretty mild. Cayenne is pretty mild, but it's the kind of heat that I like. It's the level of heat that I like to have just eating something when I don't want it to be too hot. I'm gonna have to wash my knife and sharpen it. Well, next week, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the cold climate ration pack right here? Or do you want to see the CR1M? Yeah, it's getting a lot more flavorful towards the bottom because there is a little bit of juice down in there. Not much, but a little bit. When I was laid up in the hospital 6 weeks back in 2012, we had reindeer burgers and reindeer stew on the menu. By the time I had to leave the hospital, I really didn't want. He really didn't want to. Were you in Alaska, Daniel? It's the only thing I can figure. So we got one CR, two CCs, another CR, another CR, another CC. Which, if I don't do the cold climate next week, I'll do it the week after. It'll still happen because that thing's been on my to-do list now for 2 weeks. There's Canadian bread in the box we sent you, Smokey. That was the shiznit back in the day when I was in, and a tube of honey. That sounds really, man, you know what? That's funny that you mentioned that. I'm interested to check out what kind of bread you're talking about, though. But in the last week or so, it has been within the last week, I started looking into the benefits of honey. And I happen to have a whole honeycomb about that big and about that thick just sitting around. But I really started digging into the benefits of honey, and supposedly, you're supposed to take 2 spoonfuls in the morning, 2 spoonfuls at night before you go to sleep. And I've been doing that now for probably a solid 5 days. And it's very possible that it's been helping. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like I've been feeling better. There's tons of antioxidant properties. It helps with digestion. It helps all kinds of things. It can help with your joint health. Oh, excuse me. The apricot liquor from the show. Apricot liquor. Who asked that? Oh, Phoenix. The apricot liquor. I don't remember that. Apricot liquor. Yeah, I don't remember that one. You got to remember, I ate so much stuff filming for the show. I remember 90% of it, probably, maybe even 95% of it, but there's a few items that I've forgotten. I bet you we filmed at least a couple hundred items. If I could make a homemade ration, would you be interested in reviewing it? Sure, I'll review it. I had an idea, however, I need someone to try it. Absolutely. You send it, I'll open it and eat it in the same. Just let me know that that's what it is, and I'll open it and eat it in the same live stream. Oh, the beer's empty. That's a sad noise. Okay, so the bottom. If it all tasted like this, it'd have been better. But I wonder if this isn't a beef base, though. It kind of tastes like it. I mean, I see onions, peppers, some celery. I don't know what that is. It's like cinnamon sticks. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's chopsticks. I don't know. Pepper seeds. I don't know. I don't know what the base to this was, but like it kind of tastes like beef. A friend of mine is a supplier of fresh Wisconsin honey goods. I guess that's what you mean. WI honey goods. Well, Robert, I'm looking for some more honey and honeycomb if I can find it. I know it's around. I mean, you can go to Walmart and buy those jars that have a piece of honeycomb in it, but I actually want to buy the actual comb if I can. The stuff I have, I bought in New York back in March. Me and my son were in New York back in March of 21. So what would have been like 9 months ago. And basically, I mean, I ate a little tiny bit of it, but I really didn't eat much of it. But now I'm taking it kind of like a medicine. Might have to wait till summer. Well, that's better than not at all. Yeah, Bob. If your buddies, I don't know how bee production works. I assume that they're more productive in the summer because of pollination and whatnot. I've gotten some honey tubes with CBD for free from one of the pot shops here in Anchorage. Misplaced them somewhere and never got to try them. I've been looking a lot into that CBD too. There's a new type of CBD that it comes in a gummy, but I guess CBD, where it's an oil, has a really hard time getting into your bloodstream because your blood's like 90 or 95% water, and oil and water don't mix. I mean, that's obvious. But this new CBD, what do I call it? The way it administers to your body, it's water soluble, and there was something else about it. But I guess it's like 450 times more effective than any oil that you could use. And I want to try it because I've taken every drug under the sun when it comes to the doctors I've been seeing, and it's just not, it hasn't been working for me. Those drugs have made me sicker than had I not taken anything at all. This much I know. Look at that juice in there. I mean, that's a soup, right? That's a broth. Woo! Woo! Oh, that's hot. Oh, I burned my throat bad. Oh. Oh. I'm sweating. And the way that hit me in the throat, that burnt bad. Ooh. I've tried oil and drink Smoky. They're very effective to help me sleep. See, I went through, actually Steve 1989 sent me the first bottle I ever had of CBD oil. And I went through that bottle. And then I got another bottle that I saw on TV. Actually, I saw a commercial for it on TV. They were offering free samples. So I went ahead and went through with that and got the free sample. And so I want to eat. Crack that broth. Like I said, I was hungry. Hopefully it don't hit me in the throat. I think it was where I slurped it. It hit me in the throat hard. But I think I went through 3 bottles so far. But my little dog too. We had a bottle of animal CBD oil for him, and it's almost gone. So I've been giving him what I had left of the CBD oil I had. But honestly, I've tried so many times to see if I could tell a difference when I took the CBD oil, and I haven't been able to tell a difference. I know it's supposed to help your joints because I got really bad knees now. My knees were perfect before I got injured. Now, they're not so great. I will say today's one of the better days I've had in a long time. Oh, but that being said, tomorrow I'm sure I'll probably pay for overusing my knees today. Yeah, THC and CBD. Yeah, I'm about ready to go down the road of trying the THC side because they're literally selling it over the counter here in West Virginia now. It's some kind of I don't know, Section 8 or Type 8. I don't know what it is, but they're selling it over the counter. I just haven't committed to doing something like that. I'm not in one of the legal states, actually. I'm in one of the highly illegal states. That's why I can't understand what is going on. And I actually, the first time I ever talked to anybody about it was Christmas Eve. The gas station was still open, and I was in there talking to the lady behind the counter, and she told me that, what did she tell me? My first question was, will this make you fail a drug test? And her immediate answer was yes. It will most certainly make you fail a drug test. It's like 8% THC, 8% on the levels. And I was like, well, how can they sell this stuff? That doesn't make any sense. She's like, well, they take out the stuff that makes you high or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so then what's the benefit? What's the point of it then? And I didn't get very far with that. There's Delta 8. Okay, maybe that's what I'm talking about, Roliak. Yeah, that stuff is still... Wait a minute, that stuff is still just legal? It's legal here in West Virginia. I don't know how, but it clearly makes you fail a drug test for THC, though. Yeah, it's some good soup right there in the bottom. I've never felt much from the CBD. It calmed a bit, but ultimately THC was the extra boost I needed. Brownie M60. That may be... like I said, I've tried a bunch of stuff. I've got so much stuff that I've tried. And at one point, I was on 9 different medications at one time. And when I say 9 different medications, that means I would take anywhere from, what was it? Sometimes I'd be taking like 20, 25 pills in a day. It was ridiculous. Which, that lady that was my doctor, I had to put a stop to that. I was a walking zombie there for a while. That was back in that was probably 2018, something like that. Barely functioning. Ruler, okay, it's from hemp, not, Sean, it's weird because she showed it to me, and I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, it looked just like a regular, flower, what you would expect to see. And she's like, oh, no, they distill it, and then they do this, and they do... I'm like, how do you distill something like that? Once you put heat to it, that's it. Like, that's coming out. That's what releases it, is heat. Biofreeze, James. That first time I had Biofreeze was whenever I ruptured 2 discs in my back in like 2014. And Biofreeze does work really well for back issues. I know that. Doesn't work so good on my knees, though. Miss Renee hooked me up with some cream, and that, when I'm in a lot of pain, I use the cream that she sent me. I've not got a whole lot of it left still, but I don't know if it goes bad over time or what. But when I'm in a lot of pain, That's what I use. Ruler X says, glad you got out of that trance, Smokey. They really want folks to just take the pills and go away. It's funny, Ruler Yak, you're right, man. Or Sean, I'm just gonna call you Sean. But it's like they just want to support. Excuse me for saying this, but they just want to support big pharma. Big pharma says, prescribe as many medications as you can. I'm going and where I got hurt at work. It's they paid for the medications, or they did up until 2018. That's when they stopped. I've paid out of pocket ever since then, and ever since March this year, I haven't had insurance, so I've been paying full price for all of my medications, and I was just paying copays before then. But I never thought that a doctor would put you on so many medications, but I would go in, tell her my symptoms, and she would, it started off innocently enough, I would say, going in, prescribe me medication for what I was there for. Come back the next month and be like, okay, didn't really seem to do all that much, but I did have some side effects. I got headaches from this one, where I messed with my stomach. So instead of taking me off of it, she would write me another medication to counteract the side effects that I was having from the medication. And that's how I got up to 9 different medications in a day. It was bad. It was ridiculous. Who was talking nonsense? I'm slowly easing my way back into the THC in 2020. Yeah, I'd be afraid to just pick up and try it again. I mean, it's been 15 years. It's been 15 years since I partook in anything like that. I was a kid. I was a kid back then, and it's different now. Back whenever I did it, it was probably along this 8%, 13% area, and now it's like 30 up to 35, 40% sometimes, and really, really strong stuff. So I have to be careful. Started getting bad anxiety. See, I never experienced anxiety until after I had this accident. And then I got to find out something happened to me. I don't know what. Something out of my control. And I've learned different coping skills because of it, but I've also had to deal with a lot because of it, if that makes any sense. And what is that? Arnica? Biofreeze has arnica? I've never heard of that. I mean, I didn't look into the Biofreeze, I just used it. Voltaren? Sativa variants are usually good for not being drowsy. Indica are good for falling asleep. Oh. So that's one for earlier in the day and one for when it's time to go to sleep. It's like middle school all over again. Yeah. I mean, it's so much more widely accepted now than 15 years ago. Like I said, whenever I partook last time, it's been, like I said, it's been a really long time since I did that, and I feel like there's probably, I mean, I know what it used to do to me then. I feel like there's probably benefits to the symptoms that I have now, but I just don't live in a state where it's legal, so I can just do it. What about a cat or a dog MRE? You go with the custom MRE. You could share their reaction. I mean, our pets need love too. You're not wrong. No allergies that I know of. My little poodle, the only thing he can eat now is chicken only. No rice or nothing anymore. His congestive heart failure is extensive. He's went blind and deaf in the past 2.5, 3 weeks. he went like he was doing okay, not too bad. I mean, his congestive heart failure, he'd swell up, and I'd have to make him fast for a day to get his swelling to come down. But he went downhill fast. Inspired makeup palette from a company called uh, Bad Butt Beauties. Veteran owned. I'm going to get one for my wife from them. The package looks like an MRE. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like anything that's like MRE themed. See, I think you'd probably be fairly successful by packaging anything like that. I mean, their packaging is it's pretty attractive. Let's just say, look at all the other countries' packaging. Like, nothing compares to the United States MRE. Nothing else looks as cool as the United States MRE. The Russian ones, they're big, they're boxes, they're camo, they're blue, they're this, they're that. Ours are tactical, and they have a purpose, they're functional, and they look cool. You know what I mean? Voltaran? Doing Voltaran's website soon. I don't know what you're talking about, Aletha. Just launched Nicorette's store 3 weeks ago. Oh. So they just went online, Nicorette just went online with their own online store, is what it sounds like you done, Sean. Can't swallow NSAIDs. NSAIDs are horrible for you anyways. I mean, horrible. I just recently saw a video, like, what it actually does to your... Did you guys hear that? What in the... Huh. I don't know what that was. Something moving. There's not a cat over here. I don't know, I've got a new little kitty cat that showed up a few weeks ago that needs a new home in a bad way. Every time I have a new freaking animal show up, I'm like, there's 10 more years of my life, at least 10 more years. What about the old ORP boxes with Union Jacks? They are so cool. Or modern ORP bags with black and white Union Jack. So cool. What do you mean, like this? That right there. That's the new style, obviously. But yeah, I've got all kinds of boxes. I think I got an ORP box sitting right here somewhere that I did on a live stream. This upside down. I don't know why it's upside down. My extras bag. Oh my gosh. My extras bag. And I'm not kidding. It weighs... I bet it weighs 15 pounds. Yeah. Anywhere between 12 and 15 pounds is how much my extras bag weighs. You set up a shop, Nicorette.com. I've tried the Nicorette gum. It's... I do much better quitting. First of all, I have to want to quit. Second of all, if I use my vape that I have, I do pretty daggone good as far as quitting. Oh yeah, the Target. I think they're still in this box. Let me see. Nope, they are not. I'll be daggone. They took them off in, they must have took them off in like 2015 or 14, something like that. They were on them for a long time, all the way up until, I thought this one had it on the bottom, but it does not. Ugh. Yeah, here, that's my extras bag. I mean, it's heavy. I already busted the handle on it. Had to tie it back together once. I mean, it's flameless ration heaters. There's like 90s M&Ms at 94 M&Ms. I mean, that's not all, but there's all kinds of stuff in there. You name it. I need to give all that stuff away. I don't need it. How close is your nearest legal state? Ohio, I think. Dan, I'm not sure. My mom lives in Ohio, so I mean, I could. I'm 8 minutes from Ohio. Like, I can be in Ohio in 8 minutes. But the thing is, traveling back across state lines with it, I think would probably be a risk. We'll see you later, Bob. Happy New Year, buddy. It's a topical. Oh, it's a topical NSAID for arthritis. Huh. It must be something like what Renee gave me, because that stuff she gave me is, it's really good. It's really good. It's for pain. I don't know if it's for swelling, but I know it's for pain. Yeah, NSAIDs are awful. They're awful for you. Dang, she's allergic to NSAIDs and narcotics. See, I know, like, most narcotics they're paired with an NSAID or Tylenol. She can't take any of them, even take the Tylenol. So she gets the medical weed from a dispensary. I would say it's probably 10 times better, too. First of all, it's natural. I mean, there's something to that, if you ask me. That's saying something. But at the same time, I don't want to get to the point where I can't think straight and my thoughts become foggy, which I've had issues with ever since I had COVID anyway, back in 2020. Back in March 2020 is when I had it. I had it through March, April, May, and I might even had it up into June. It seems like I did. I think I had it all the way through June, too. I had it for a long time, like 4.5 months. You can go back and check my live streams and I talk about it. You know, what symptoms I was having each week on that Saturday after I lost my taste and smell, and then progressed into, which I got really sick to begin with. Had to miss at least one Saturday because of it, because I couldn't get out of bed. And it done damage. It done some damage to me internally. I feel like I've had chest pains. My lung capacity's not ever been right. It comes and goes. That part comes and goes. Sometimes I'll have 2 or 3 weeks where I'm good, and then I'll have a full week where I just can't take a deep breath, and it sucks. The first time it happened, I was like, man, this sucks. And it went away. I was like, cool. I won't have to deal with that again. And then it came back again. And I've recently been dealing with it again. No idea if it works. Just what kind of web developer would I be if I didn't hawk the stuff we built? That's funny. The range cards, yeah. Target got removed in 2015. I knew it had to be somewhere along in there, because I had some 2015s, and then those 2016s, I've had them since 2016. I got them like December of 2016. They were 4, maybe 5 months old when I got them. They were fresh, super fresh. My little disposable vapes have been a huge help. I need to get a refillable tank and a battery, though. Much more economical. Yes, Daniel. It's night and day. Those disposable things, like the one that I have now, is adjustable, and if I don't want it to hit as hard, like, I can turn it down. And I got it at the vape shop. It was on clearance for like 20 or 25 bucks for the one that I bought, and I've loved it. And the first one was actually sent to me here on the channel. It's a red one. I still have it. I don't use it nowhere near as much anymore, but when I have to charge that one, I use that as my backup. And I get the tanks where you don't have to build the stuff, but you want to get like a mesh coil instead of a spiral coil, because the spiral coils don't heat up evenly. Makes a big difference. Caught that blood one day and quit cold turkey. Been about 14 years now. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I'm just going to call you Joe. Bourbon Street, Joe Nola. My stepdad about 22, 23 years ago, probably, roughly, maybe a little longer, 24, 25, something like that. I mean, I was like 8 when he started coming around. So what has that been? 32 years. 32. So no, it's probably been close to 30, 29. Anyway, he went to the doctor. He got sick one time, went to the doctor, and they told him something. I don't know what they told him. But same day, he threw the pack out the window of his truck. Back then, it's a little different with the littering. It's not, not condoning it, but threw the pack out of his window of his truck and never smoked another cigarette again after that. Willpower. Willpower is great to have. I have it when it comes to certain things, and I don't have it when it comes to other things. I mean, I want to quit, though. I've got to quit. Take 2 heaps in, said a day still. Yeah, man, Sean, if you could get away from those, dude, they're definitely not doing you any justice. Really should lay off. My liver can't be loving it. Yeah, no, it's not. I can promise you. Which I did the same thing to film eating history. I took my absolute limit of what I could take every day. That's when I was on all those crazy medications. Still, I was on a bunch of them still. Not all of them, but I was still on a bunch, and I was taking as much ibuprofen as I could possibly take to try to keep the swelling down on my leg, because I had a hole in my leg about that big around that was all the way to the bone. I could show you pictures. But I was taking as much as I could, and we'd been filming for like 4 months. Came home for Thanksgiving. The day that I got home, it started on the flight home, but the day that I got home, I started having these really bad stomach pains. I was like, man, this can't be good. Next day I got up, I couldn't take it. I could not take it no more. Ended up going to the emergency room, and I ended up having pancreatitis, which extremely painful. The nurses that I had, I've had it twice now. Both times told me that it was worse than having the childbirth. It's according to them. Of course, I wouldn't know. But because of all the medications that I was taking and the NSAIDs, it's highly likely that the combination of all the medications that I was on caused it to happen. And then I stayed off of everything for a while, and I slowly got myself back on stuff, and I ended up back in the hospital back in January of this year, of 2020, it's January 2021, right? Yeah, January 2021. So I ended up back in the hospital. I was in there for 10 days this time, and I don't ever want to go back. I don't ever want to have that happen again. So I watch what I eat. I can't eat super, super spicy stuff that can cause it, that can trigger it. And I stopped taking a lot of the medications that I was on, and got myself to where I was only taking 3 different medications, but still, it's too much, and I want to come off all of it and go some natural route, if possible. Before 9/11, when I flew to Philly from Alaska, I had a large M&M mini. Wait a minute, I had a large M&M mini case stuffed with crazy purple in my pocket as I flew. No problem. Yeah, pre 9/11, I could see that. I wouldn't feel so confident doing that. I don't know. It is definitely not frowned upon as much, but I think if you were carrying bulk like that, you might have an issue, especially going through the stupid X-ray machines and all that crap now. Cilantro. Not a huge fan of cilantro, just being honest. NSAIDs almost killed you in August. I remember that. And you ended up in the hospital. Rocking the grunt style. Is this? I don't think I had this on last time, did I? Maybe I did. Maybe I had the same shirt on. I like this shirt. Kind of describes where I am a little bit. Kind of forged in pain. One ORP box from a halal ration. Can't remember if it has the target on or not. If it's 2015 or down, Kalen, it'll have it. If it's in, they stopped the boxes in what, 2018, I think. 2017 was the last year. I think 2018 was the first year for the. I don't have it. I was thinking I had one in a box right here, but it's actually it's in there. Aletha, I'm sure I can get you an ORP. I've got enough I can share. I think I got. Well, I do still have 3 or 4 of the Sea Can-Do ORPs, which were the first ones to go in bags, by the way. They were clear on one side and tan on the other. And let me tell you what, those bags were crap. They did not hold up. I mean, as soon as I opened that, I got a whole case of them, 10 of them. As soon as I opened the case, 2 of them were already busted at the seams. They were already open, like ripped. It was, they're junk. Those first era bags of the ORPs and the Sea Can-Dos were just junk, not durable at all. Why do you always say that? I mean, I don't know how old they are, but they can't be that old. Where did my... Oh, there it is. Smoked cloves. These 2 weeks to smoke a single pack. Cloves. Cloves. I know I've seen those before. Man, I missed out on buying some amazing packs of smokes too. This guy I found on eBay hit me up and we were talking back and forth, and then I got sidetracked and started dealing with Christmas and everything and totally forgot to get back with him and buy some stuff, so I probably missed out on some amazing, a full carton of Lucky Strikes that looked perfect from the 50s. Like, they were either 49 or 50. The tax stamp on them, I can't remember what it was. They might have been 47s. They were early. Yep, don't like the cilantro. That's a definite no-go. How did I get way up here? I think I already read all this. They tie the cigarettes with thread. Some Native Americans smoke cloves. Roll your owns. Yeah, I mean, NSAIDs will eat holes in your stomach, like quickly too, real quick. Hey, I'll have to head out. We'll be doing some sort of stream at home tomorrow. Maybe not as long. So towards 3 p.m. side. Okay. Well, I'll post about that. Oh, look, there's a link. There's a link. Go ahead and everybody that's in here, click that link. Set your reminder for tomorrow, and we'll meet up there and hang out. Because I'm going to close my live stream out here. Well, I mean, bus stop, just because you can taste and smell doesn't mean that you don't have it. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's not a definitive symptom that everybody gets. I know early on, back in the first era like I had, a lot of people did get that side effect, but not everybody's getting that symptom. Not everybody's getting it now. Ranger up and BRCC. BRCC. Yeah, I'm a grunt style supporter, man. Veterans, anything veteran owned and operated, I'm a fan of. But yeah, let me get this out of the way because I really don't want it to end up getting on to a $40 pack of smokes, which I'm keeping that receipt. That's like it's going to take me a year or longer to smoke these because they're going to be cherished and rationed accordingly. So let me stick these right here. Nope, they're not going to sit there. Where am I going to put these at? Right here with what I got left over of the Dunkin' bar. This thing still stinks, by the way. It still smells pretty bad. Raisin with cereal. I'm going to take a little bite. Corey sent those along. I've eaten almost half of it now. Oh yeah, super sour. Yeah. I guess I just had to remind myself how bad it was. Really bad. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down. Either way. I don't mind either one. Just as long as it's feedback. Yeah, cloves seem like they'd be rough. I agree. Bourbon Street Joe Nola. 4 smokes and one tobacco. Yeah, Seth. Oh, shit. Seth was telling me, let me look at my message, because he just told me it was like 40 below there. His name on here is Alright Eeyore. Yeah, yesterday it was 40 below with the wind chill. That's what he said. That's crazy. I mean, what a sight this is, though, right? What's that say? Punch here. Man, oh man. Boy, am I proud to have these. Patrons. My Patreon made this possible. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had the flow to be able to afford this, really. I mean, I haven't taken the money out of the Patreon to pay myself back for buying them, but I'm going to have to, actually. But, man. Anyway, alright, I got to wrap this thing up. I can admire these on my own time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down. Comment on this after it's uploaded, whatever. I appreciate each and every one of you guys taking the time out of your day, especially on New Year's like this, to come and hang out with us. Call us a weird group of folks that like to hang out and talk about rations and other things, that we've become just a group of like-minded people. I think everybody here could get in the same room and hang out together and get along just fine. So, again, man, it's been a good one. I enjoyed this. Even though I didn't eat, all I ate was really a thing of noodles. Like, I feel bad when I don't eat something. This is the first time I've ever done this, really. I've never not opened a ration before. So this is something new, and had plenty to open, though. So it was a fun one. And I think the consensus earlier was the CR1M up next, and then I think this is going to be the week after, this cold climate. It'll be interesting. I don't even know what's in this thing at all. I have a menu list, but I didn't check it. And it's not like you can just look these things up. There's not very many of them out there as far as reviews. There's some up. There's a few reviews of these up, but not very many. Especially of the more modern ones. There's probably like 5 or 6 on YouTube if I was to guess. But alright, guys. I want to say a huge thanks to all you guys. And again, like I said, a huge thanks to my patrons. And alright, I guess really all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Happy New Year, y'all. Later.